technologies, enhancing cybersecurity measures. ITU and Bangladesh are steadfast in their commitment to achieve sustainable development goals, ensuring that technology serves as a catalyst for socioeconomic growth and bridge the digital divide. This collaborative effort is paving the way for a more connected and empowered Bangladesh. To kickstart our proceedings, please join us in welcoming Mr. Mohammad Mamunur Rashid Bhuiya, Chief Executive Officer, Agency to Innovate, for delivering his opening remarks.
Yeah. Thank you, Shorna. Respected Chief Guest of the inaugural session of today's workshop, Honorable State Minister, Ministry of Post, Telecommunication and Information Technology, Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Palok MP. Esteemed Chair, Mr. Mohammad Shamsul Arifin, Secretary, Information and Communication Technology Division. Respected Guest of Honor, Mr. Masood bin Momen, Foreign Secretary and Senior Secretary to the Government of Bangladesh. Guest of Honor, Ms. Atsuko Okuda, Regional Director, Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific, International Telecommunication Union. Respected special guest, Engineer Muhammad Mohiuddin Ahmed, Chairman, Bangladesh Telecommunication Regulatory Commission. We have our special guest, Mr. Russell T. Ahmed, President, Bangladesh Association of Software and Information Services. We also have on the stage Mr. Anil Chaudhary, Policy Advisor at UI, and esteemed participants, distinguished guests, friends from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning to you all. I'm really delighted to welcome you all to the inaugural session of this specialized workshop titled Whole of Government Digital Transformation Leveraging GovStack. As we gather here, we stand on the cusp of a transformative era. The concept of GovStack represents a monumental shift in how governments can harness the power of digital technologies to enhance service delivery, foster innovation, and ensure that every citizen benefits from the digital revolution. This workshop is not just a meeting of minds, but a convergence of our collective aspirations to build a robust, efficient, and citizen-centric digital infrastructure. The government of Bangladesh is committed to materialize the vision of Smart Bangladesh by 2041, where digital transformation is not merely an option, but a necessity for sustainable development and inclusive growth. Through the adoption of GovStack, we aim to streamline and standardize digital services, ensuring they are accessible, secure, and efficient. Over the next 2 days, we'll delve into the intricacies of GovStack, explore best practices, and collaborate on strategies that will shape the future of digital governance in Bangladesh. Let us seize this opportunity to learn, share, and innovate as we work together towards a digitally transformed Bangladesh. Our deep gratitude to the dynamic ITU delegation led by Ms. Atsuko Okuda, Regional Director ITU, for their wholehearted efforts and commitment in choosing Bangladesh as one of the countries to introduce GovStack. We extend our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our honorable chief guest. Sir, without your invaluable support and guidance, organizing this workshop would not have been possible. Thank you, sir. So, excellencies, respected dignitaries, distinguished participants and guests, thank you once again for your kind presence and unwavering support. Let us embark on this journey of global collaboration and innovation to build smart Bangladesh by 2041. Thank you all. Joy Bangla. May Bangladesh live forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, let us visualize the remarkable journey of digital transformation in Bangladesh through an audiovisual presentation.
once a nation facing challenges towards its citizens, Bangladesh has risen as a leader in digital transformation. Today, it's a vibrant landscape where technology empowers every citizen. But this isn't just about technology, it's about us. But what does this transformation mean for the people of Bangladesh?
ডিজিটাল সেন্টারে আসলাম, আইসা বললাম যে এটা আমার কাগজ সংশোধন করে দেন, সঠিকভাবে বের করে দিল। আমি জমি নিয়ে নিরাপত্তায় আছি।
Through technological advancements, 5.8 billion services have been disseminated, 19 billion days saved, 12.7 billion visits saved.
এই অ্যাক্টিভিটিগুলো করার মাধ্যমে আমার শিক্ষার্থীদের লিডারশিপ দক্ষতা, যোগাযোগ দক্ষতা এবং সমস্যা সমাধান করার দক্ষতা বৃদ্ধি পেয়েছে। ব্লেন্ডেড লার্নিং এর মাধ্যমে আমরা কাজগুলো সম্পন্ন করেছি।
আমরা এইখানে মাইক্রো কন্ট্রোলার বেস আইওটি ডিভাইস ডেভেলপ করছি, যেটা হলো খুবই কম খরচে সেন্সরের মাধ্যমে ডাটা ক্লাউড সার্ভারে দিতে পারি এবং সেই ক্লাউড সার্ভার থেকে অনায়াসে আমরা প্রতিটা মেশিনকে কন্ট্রোল করতে পারি।
প্রবলেমটা কিভাবে ফোর্থ ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল রেভলিউশন টেকনোলজি লাইক আর্টিফিশিয়াল ইন্টেলিজেন্স, আইওটি, বিগ ডেটা এগুলো দিয়ে ফিউশন করে একটা সলিউশন তৈরি করা যায়।
এরকম ট্রান্সপোর্টেশন সিস্টেমের কারণে আগামী যে দিনগুলো আসবে আমাদের জন্য একটা নতুন মাত্রা দিচ্ছে এবং নতুন ভবিষ্যৎ গড়ে দিচ্ছে।
অ্যাপসের মাধ্যমে পাঠিয়ে থাকি। দেশের বাইরে যারা আমার ক্রেতা আছেন তারা সাধারণত ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্টের মাধ্যমে আমাকে পে করে থাকে। আমার কাছে মনে হয় এই যে টাকা পয়সার আসলে নগদের যে হ্যাসেলটা, এই হ্যাসেলটা ডিজিটাল পেমেন্টটা হওয়ার কারণে আমাদের মতো যারা এসএমই উদ্যোক্তা আছেন তাদের জন্য এটা আসলে একটা ব্লেসিং বলা যায়।
The technologies produced by Bangladesh are being embraced across borders, supporting initiatives around the world through understanding, solving, and funding international ICT innovations. Sustainable development goals are at the forefront in this vision. From remote villages to bustling cities, Smart Bangladesh is a vision shared by all. It's a collective journey towards a brighter future where technology bridges divides and unlocks potential. This isn't just a government initiative or a business strategy. It's ours. It's a journey of a nation united by innovation, moving forward with all of us. Smart Bangladesh 2041.
41 সালের মধ্যে আমরা বাংলাদেশকে উন্নত সমৃদ্ধ বাংলাদেশ করব, আর সেই বাংলাদেশ হবে স্মার্ট বাংলাদেশ।
Distinguished guests, next we have a presentation by Mr. Anir Choudhury, Policy Advisor at the A2I program, shedding light on the digital transformation journey of Bangladesh with a focus on challenges and opportunities in building a smart Bangladesh.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Honorable Minister, respected Foreign Secretary, respected ICT Secretary, BTRC Chairman, A2I PD and CEO, Regional Director ITU, President Basis, colleagues from ITU, A2I, many private sector organizations and associations, many public agencies and development partners, and friends from media. It's a very special day today. We're actually talking about a transformation, a paradigm shift today. As soon as I entered this morning, this room, I thought that the projection system was very innovative. Then I realized after projecting the slides, it may be slightly a bit more innovative than we needed. So the background projection is a bit too wide. So
So let me talk about how GovStack, an initiative by ITU and several other international organizations and countries that are showing us the way in Bangladesh, in our digital Bangladesh journey for the last 17 years, and the smart Bangladesh journey for the next 17 years, how GovStack can really help us. But let's look back 17 years prior to today. So what did we see? In terms of literacy, electricity, internet penetration, mobile phone penetration, social media penetration, number of e-services, and the strategic digital human resources within the government. If you look to the column under 2008, you're seeing the numbers. I don't have to spell those out for you. So Einstein said that if at first an idea does not sound absurd, then there is no hope for it. And our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gave us that absurd idea in 2008. And so that was the beginning of our digital Bangladesh journey, and you saw the results on the last column. Now, what did we do to actually achieve this monumental shift in public service delivery? We have saved citizens about 20 billion days. We have saved them about $30 billion. We have eliminated 13 billion visits to government offices because they don't have to come to government office anymore. But we did a few very interesting things. We operationalized the political will of our Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, throughout bureaucracy and throughout local government and throughout policy making. We took a whole of government approach because it was led by the Prime Minister, so we had no other option but to take a whole of government approach. We took a whole of society inclusive approach by setting up digital centers, thousands of digital centers, 9,000 plus now, because they did not have internet penetration, they didn't have internet access. So the bottom-up inclusive approach. We took very frugal decisions in terms of technology, in terms of policy making, and in terms of capacity development. We took a very bottom-up citizen-centered design in most of our application building, and private sector really helped us in understanding that citizen centricity. But then in terms of scaling up the pilots that we did for citizen-centric bottom-up development, we had to take a top-down policy-making approach to scale up across the nation. So it was a combination of bottom-up and top-down development. In the audio-visual that you saw, now the success, the achievements of digital Bangladesh is being actually circulated, it being promoted and adopted by many countries of the digital South, through UNDP and through different governments as well. And we've also created an innovation fund to support local innovators from the private sector and the government and research organizations, but also we launched an ICT innovation fund for other countries, other LDCs. Now, the next 17 years is about a leapfrog from digital to smart nation. And what does that really mean? Our Prime Minister gave us 4 pillars. Smart citizen, where we are talking about digitally skilled citizens who will say, I am the solution. We're talking about smart economy as a second pillar, which is going to be cashless and entrepreneur-friendly. We're talking about a smart government which will be citizen-centric, paperless, data-driven, and interoperable. And we'll talk about interoperability most of all today and tomorrow. And then a smart society which is inclusive and tolerant. So these are the 4 pillars of smart Bangladesh that the Prime Minister gave us on August 3rd in our first meeting of the Smart Bangladesh Task Force. So we are going from legacy to Lego. What does that mean? In legacy systems, we actually built in silos. So Ministry of Agriculture built a system for Ministry of Agriculture. And not only that, Ministry of Agriculture with its 18 different departments built 18 different systems. So that's the legacy. Now we're treating them as Lego blocks and combining them. So we have to build them in a way that are combinable. So we have to have all these things sticking out. You're all familiar with Legos. So we build them as Lego blocks so that they can talk to each other, they can connect with each other, they can interoperate. So that's the crux of GovStack. The second thing is market enablement. So the market, the private sector, also has to think about these Lego blocks. So they have to build Lego blocks, otherwise one private sector solution cannot talk to another one. So we will publish standards from the government in collaboration with the private sector, guided by international organizations and efforts like GovStack, and private sector will follow that. And then within government, we'll also build the right policy. I'm part of a global effort called DPI Safeguards from UN and UNDP. There are 40 plus experts from around the world working to develop what are called safe DPIs. So digitally safe, community-wise safe, nationally safe. So we are actually working on that, and that will be unveiled at the Summit of the Future in September in New York. So on the left side, you see the Lego blocks. That's what we want to build. On the right side, you see, if you can see this one, that's a Play-Doh. So kids, children, play with both Legos and Play-Doh. So we don't want to build Play-Doh because Play-Doh doesn't have structure. We want to build Lego blocks. And in Bangladesh, we have come up with a DPI stack called the Inclusive Digital Transformation Stack, IDX stack. As you entered the room, you saw a big picture of that. So it has 5 layers: identity, payments, data, services, and access. We'll go into the details of that throughout the next 2 days. But this is going to be the building block. This is going to be the foundation for all services within the government. We have digitized out of about 3,000 services. We've digitized about 2,500 so far, but we may have to customize some of them to make them into Lego blocks going forward for Smart Bangladesh. So this government service delivery architecture will be allowing us to build on existing Lego blocks, but will also allow us to create new Lego blocks. And what is the benefit to the private sector? This is specifically for the president of BASIS and many members of the Software Association, Software and Service Association. It will be quicker to market. So as you build new things, you can actually, time to market will shrink. It will be cheaper to produce because you already have some components that you can reuse to build new innovations. And the most important thing in my mind is that it's going to allow us to do new innovations instead of rebuilding or reinventing the wheel every time. Because you can actually do value additions very, very quickly and inexpensively. So we're already seeing private sector organizations like BD Jobs, which is the largest job portal, and Tender Bazaar, which is one of the prime tender portals in the country, both from the private sector, using the national portal API to take advantage of the DPIs that we have built. I'm happy to inform you that our Honorable Prime Minister has made DPI a very important component of the Smart Bangladesh initiative. So of the 15 subcommittees that she created last August in our first meeting, one of them is actually focused on DPI. So subcommittee 14 is focused on innovation, DPI, and affordable DPI and data-driven governance. So that's where we're actually going to focus. And we have the chair of that subcommittee sitting in front of us on dais, our Honorable ICT State Minister. Now GovStack. So we actually have, so this is a slide stolen, taken, borrowed from GovStack. So what has GovStack seen as problems with digitization in many governments? So silo development, which I talked about. Funding for procurement, because you are reinventing the wheel. So we are funding the same wheel again and again. So obviously we are funding unnecessary things, and it becomes expensive. Scale up is difficult because if you build with Legos, you can actually scale up infinitely. If you don't build with Legos, it can break. If you build with Play-Doh, it can actually break. It's not scalable. And coordination becomes very difficult. If you build with Legos, you have already built some stable things, you're building on top of it. So coordination is just add-on, rather than coordinating everything every time. This is another GovStack slide. This we customized a little bit. That one was completely borrowed. This is a little bit of customization. So what is GovStack? So it is, and I think Atsuko will talk more about it. It's a multi-stakeholder community-driven initiative, accelerating national digital transformation. That's exactly what we're after. And the initiative came from ITU, Estonia, Germany, and the Digital Impact Alliance. So those are the initial founders, and then we are actually seeing more members being added to it. The four things, GovSpecs is the specification that I talked about. So specification that what does the logo look like? How do we build those Legos? GovTested, can we test these logos in the sandbox that GovStack and ITU is giving us? And we're very grateful to ITU for that. We're testing some of our solutions there. And we're maturing the sandbox together. So it's a joint initiative between Bangladesh and ITU. GovLearn is the learning platform, and the GovExchange is the exchange platform across different countries, different governments. Just to give you an example, A2I, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, our Honorable Foreign Secretary, Senior Secretary is here, private sector, several private sector organizations, and GovStack collaborated in the last few months to mature solutions. If you look at it, it's a solution for consular attestation, something that we've been talking about for a long time, but we have not been able to build because it spans multiple ministries. So if it's a manual process, for education certificate attestation, for study abroad, takes about 45 days. If you build a silo digitized system, it takes about 30 days. If you build an end-to-end solution, it still takes 7 days. But if we build it with the GovStack guidance and using many of the Legos that we have built, it's real time. It's instant. So that's exactly what we want. Services, that happens instantly. There is no delay needed because these are already information that's within different departments of the government. We just have not connected them. And the connection manually takes 45 days. Connection digitally takes 0 seconds. October. So the real-time solution will come in October. And we're working very closely with MOFA. Absolutely. One last thing that I'd like to end with, and this is because it's ITU, because ITU, several colleagues from ITU are here, about digital divide. We all know that 2.6 billion people are not connected globally. We know that men are more connected than women. We know that school-age children, 1.3 billion school-age children don't have internet. We know that rural communities are less connected, much less connected. We know that AI will take away jobs. So these are things that are realities today. And when we talk about digital divide, the policy discourse that we have seen globally is primarily talking about connectivity, as if connectivity will solve all problems, but there are other issues to solve. Digital literacy, another issue, but we don't talk about it as much. And then there are other considerations which has come from a research that we've been doing, led by Dr. Selim Jahan, and also one of my colleagues here from A2I, Dr. Zulkarin. Learnings from, or lessons from COVID, when we went into digital education during COVID, almost all physical to all digital, we saw that primary education was left out. Only 20% of the primary education kids were reached. About 40% of the secondary education kids were reached. Madrasa was not even reached. In healthcare, even though we got 7.3 million telemedicine calls in our 333 helpline, mostly from the privileged. They knew what to do. And when we took 2,000 public services online during COVID, again, many of the marginalized could not access them because our digital centers were closed. So again, we need to rethink our service design. So that basically, from the research, and this is also, I mean, I mentioned at the bottom, the last slide, that this is the core of the Global Digital Compact that will be discussed at the Summit of the Future, at the UNGA. So this is Digital Global Compact. So what we've seen is that 3 issues are very, very critical. We published this report at the UN General Assembly last year, in 2023, and we are going to publish an index working with Yale University. So Digital Divide Index, we're calling it Equality Index. Global. So we have data, we're working with Saudi Arabia. We're getting data from about 35 countries. So it's so that collaboration is actually giving us access to 35 countries. So access, that's the first one. ITU's focus. Capacity, I think we need to discuss how to build capacity, ITU and other organizations within the UN and other private sector organizations. But most importantly, the crux of our GovStack discussion in the next 2 days is how do we design services for women? How do we design services for the persons with disability, for the extreme poor, for the cottage, micro, small and medium enterprises, because they are left out right now. And one other thing 20 years ago that Amartya Sen talked about is the issue of adverse digital incorporation. So digital that actually harms rather than helps. And therein falls misinformation, disinformation, deep fakes, but also design of services that don't include the marginalized. So inclusive design. So that's what we're after. So when we build DPIs, when we actually build with GovStack, we have to keep in mind these 5 things. The DPIs have to be inclusive. It has to be for everyone. The DPIs have to be safe. They have to be frugal, because otherwise countries like Bangladesh cannot afford them. They have to be private sector friendly, so that private innovations can help the government. And they have to be AI enabled, because that's the wave of the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Choudhury, for such informative presentation. We would like to welcome our special guest, Mr. Russell T. Ahmed, President, Bangladesh Association of Software and Information Services, to deliver remarks.
Thank you so very much. Today's chief guest, Mr. Junaid Ahmed Paluk, Honorable State Minister for ICT and Telecommunication. I see Mr. Masood bin Momen, Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Shamsul Arifin, Secretary of ICT Division, Mr. BTRC Chairman, Mamun Bhai, the new CEO and PD of A2I, our all-time favorite Anil Bhai, and Ms. Atsuko Okudu from ITU. Very good morning, and all the eminent audience in front. Very good morning to all of you. And thank you to A2I. First of all, the first thanks surely to organize such a timely initiative, timely partnership with I2I, and thinking about a whole of government approach and starting the workshop and negotiation or discussion, however we name it, most importantly, understanding the importance on a very right time and moving forward. So therefore, I must officially, on behalf of the private sector, I must officially thank ICT Division and A2I for organizing such initiative. At the same time, as a representative of private sector, inviting BASIS to share their thoughts here. First of all, let us, when we start a new journey, to us, to me personally, I believe Smart Bangladesh is a new journey. It's a journey that we have started today or a year ago. By 2041, when the Smart Bangladesh will actually take place, the baby which is going to born today, he or she will be 17 years old. And the individual who has 17 years today, he or she will be 34 years old. And today's university students will be around 40s. So which indicates Smart Bangladesh will lead by the new generation. They will lead the new generation. So we should think our thought patterns, our thinking patterns, every initiative we take today, we have to bear in mind the next generation will lead Smart Bangladesh. Now, when I say Smart Bangladesh is a journey, we must, at this stage, when we are thinking about, say, particularly in this particular today's topic, which is whole of government approach, we must look back and see the digital Bangladesh journey, first of all. It's like we have to, because we come from the private sector, we think from the business point of view. If we take it as a project, Digital Bangladesh was a project, and we have done very good. We have achieved this much. So we have to do a proper performance appraisal. This much we have done. Have we done very good? The answer is, of course, yes. If we could do that much, this is something we have to do appraisal. What we have done, how much we have done, and how much we have missed probably. And from that performance analysis, we have to prepare the plan for Smart Bangladesh journey, or Smart Bangladesh if we consider as a project. Let us look back in this journey of digital Bangladesh since 2009 until 2022, how many digital e-governance projects we have taken, how they are doing. Every single projects by for digital services, citizen services, and all these things under the leadership since Mr. Junaid Ahmed Polok. The beauty of this stage is Polok Bhai, Masood Bhai, Arifin Bhai, and especially Anir Bhai. Please pardon the rest of you because you are new. This four gentlemen has always been the biggest friend of private sector. We remember 2015 Japan. We started with Masood Bhai, and we have done tremendous in the Japan market since 2016 when he was the ambassador of Bangladesh in Japan. So they are always the private sector friend. So therefore, I appeal to our Honorable State Minister here and today's chief guest, in such journey, let us do a proper performance appraisal, what we have done, how we have done, the results we have achieved, and how much better we could do, so that the involvement of private sector in the last 15 years, the initiatives taken by the government in the last 15 years, this self-assessment, this self-actualization, we do it good, bad, ugly, tremendously good, some bit of constructive criticism, and learn from that instead of talking all the time and showing lovely presentation all the time. So because we have practical data, what we have done, how we have done, the contribution of private sector was good or bad. They should be more effective. Whether proper public-private partnership has taken place or not, if not, then what should be done? Because from the presentation of Anir Bhai, what we have seen, he have clearly mentioned the importance of private sector. See, if I come to today's presentation, I was observing the four challenges mentioned in the presentation: the silos, the sporadic, immediate, sudden projects taken by different ministries. Second is funding problems, scaling up, and digital literacy. Let us not forget the basic fundamental issue that we see all the time is understanding the importance of technology by different ministries and government. Credit goes to ICT division and this particular gentleman, Mr. Junaid Ahmed Polok. He went to different ministries, spoke to them, at least helped them understand the importance of digitalization by the different ministries. And as a result, we see the projects like land, health is coming up, education is trying, but there is a lot more to do. I'm sure each of us in this room, we understand there is a lot. He has been severely speaking in the parliament again and again, still a lot to see. So therefore, is this AI coming in, everyday new technology is coming up, what is happening? They take a project, and how? The typical way of taking government project. Budget comes in, implementation 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, that's the budget. And what's happening after that 12 months? After the implementation and delivery of the project? There is no maintenance contract. In today's world, the project has to be done for 10 years. For 20 years, a new project has been taken. The budget has to be there for 20 years so that they can continue. Otherwise, the technology is implemented. By the time it is implemented, the need has changed. The analysis and the demand has changed. So it has to be a continuous process. So considering these four challenges, I was writing my note before coming here, the proposal from the private sector. The first of all, budget is always a big issue. We have raised this to planning ministry once. I want to raise this in this platform again through Polok Bhai. Every time the budget is given in the budget to the different ministries, we see project-wise budget. Instead, can they allocate a particular percentage of the total budget of the ministry, say 5%, say 2%, say 7%, particularly for digitalization or towards Smart Bangladesh. And then the R&D will take place, what solution we have to bring. Instead, project-wise budget allocation. They have to have a KPI that at least 5% will be spent irrespective of the government, irrespective of the ministry, that I have to move towards our Honorable Prime Minister's Smart Bangladesh, and the 5% budget is allocation, the total money is this. Now let's do R&D. And whenever they do this budget allocation, sadly, still we see, say the project is 100 taka project. Sadly, we still see 95 taka is given for hardware. It has to be the other way around. 10% software solution. Total budget is 10%, 100 taka. Now, for that implementation of that software and solution, you talk about hardware. Be it data center, be it these routers, that, whatever, laptop, whatever. But they start thinking, if you look at the developed countries, the total expenses of the development is moving towards 70 to 80% towards softwares, and then the hardware comes in. Because probably purchasing, I don't want to go into that line of thought now, I want to take everything so positively. Probably purchasing of software is, hardware is easier. Understanding of software is very, and the understanding within the government and the ministries, still the IT officer is not a gadgeted officer. What do we call it? IT officer cannot be a secretary, the decision maker process, the cadre, the ICT cadre has, so you have been the biggest advocate, so you should continuously push it so that ICT people can start raising their voice. So the 5% or 10%, that's my first proposal. Second proposal is need analysis. It's clearly mentioned that everyday need is being changed and the new need is coming up. We have a beautiful initiative, again the credit goes to Mr. Junaid Ahmed Palok, eGov Hub. It's a proper private sector, public sector partnership where A2I is there, ICT is there, and BASIS is there. We sit in the chair. So this eGov Hub implementation is missing. We do one meeting and then we sleep. I take the responsibility as a private sector, and we all must take the responsibility. This eGov Hub implementation has to be immediately there. I pledge, I request, so that whenever we talk about public-private partnership, we own it, instead of for the sake of just talking. Even in today's presentation, we needed to be involved beforehand, before making this presentation. Anil Bhai, please include that particular slide from our point of view. Instead, we come here and see the presentation. That's called proper collaboration and partnership. So eGov Hub implementation is my second proposal. And the third, the most important proposal, is PPP model, public-private partnership model. The moment we hear for the last few years the word PPP, the first thing comes to our head, it's probably 1,000 crore taka project. It's probably few thousand crore taka project like Metro Rail or whatever. Why? A 20 crore taka project, a 100 crore taka project, a 200 crore taka project cannot be a PPP model. So that has to be something. And then everything you have suggested, Anil Bhai, in your presentation, the private sector will own, and the government will be client, and the citizen services can be paid off, and the revenue sharing model can be done. So scaling will automatically continue. Every such kind of project should be in a PPP model with public and private. And finally, this final slide that you have mentioned, education, healthcare, digital services delivered in everything. There are many things that we have to collaborate. I'll just mention one thing, access to data is absolutely missing. So we have data, say for example, we have national ID card, each of us have a unique mobile phone, there's data connectivity. We are struggling with fintech, we are struggling with health, we are struggling with education sector. So open mind, let us have one single objective and vision. We have to, with no failure, there is no question of failure, we follow our Honorable Prime Minister, we follow the vision of our Honorable ICT Advisor, and we move forward Smart Bangladesh. And for that particular objective, whatever we need to do, we need to go into 200% space, we will go. We need to compromise our personal image, we will compromise. So we'll do this back and forth, he is or she is responsible. No, let us sit down together and move towards Smart Bangladesh. Let's make it. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Russell T. Ahmed. Now we would like to welcome Engineer Mohammad Mohyuddin Ahmed, Chairman of the Bangladesh Telecommunication Regulatory Commission, to deliver remarks as special guest.
Assalamu alaikum. Honorable Chief Guest, State Minister Janab Junaid Ahmed Polok, Foreign Secretary, respected Foreign Secretary and ICT Secretary, ITO Regional Director, and all organizers, and respected all guests in front of me, and print and electronic media journalist. Today's workshop is whole government digital transformation. Basically, যদি আমি ভাবি যে স্মার্ট বাংলাদেশ বা ডিজিটাল বাংলাদেশ, টোটাল সার্ভিসটি গভর্নমেন্টের টোটাল সার্ভিসটি হতে হবে ডিজিটাল মাধ্যমে, ডিজিটাল ওয়েতে। সেই জায়গাটিতে দাঁড়িয়ে আজকের এই ওয়ার্কশপ হোল গভর্নমেন্ট ডিজিটাল ট্রান্সফরমেশন একটি গুরুত্বপূর্ণ টপিকস আমি বলতে পারি। কারণ গভর্নমেন্ট সার্ভিসগুলো যদি ডিজিটাল না হয়, সমস্ত সার্ভিস, তাহলে কিন্তু ডিজিটাল বাংলাদেশ বা স্মার্ট বাংলাদেশ একটু অসম্পূর্ণতা থেকে যাবে। মূল লক্ষ্যটা কি? আজকে যে টেকনোলজির পরিবর্তনগুলো আসছে, সব পরিবর্তনগুলোর লক্ষ্যই ছিল বা লক্ষ্যই হচ্ছে কিন্তু মানুষকে, সাধারণ মানুষের সার্ভিসকে মাথায় রেখে বা সামনে রেখে। বর্তমান যে টেকনোলজি সারা বিশ্ব দাপিয়ে বেড়াচ্ছে সেটি হচ্ছে ডিজিটাল টেকনোলজি। আর এই ডিজিটাল টেকনোলজির মূল জায়গাটি হলো সারা বিশ্বের মানুষ। আর সেই মানুষকে ডিজিটাল মাধ্যমে সার্ভিস দেওয়ার মধ্য দিয়ে এই ডিজিটাল টেকনোলজি সারা বিশ্বকে দাপিয়ে বেড়াচ্ছে। বাংলাদেশ গত 15 বছরে এই ডিজিটাল টেকনোলজির মধ্য দিয়ে অনেক দূর এগিয়েছে। গত নির্বাচনের পূর্বে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী এই দেশকে স্মার্ট বাংলাদেশে পরিণত করার জন্য একটি লক্ষ্যমাত্রা নির্ধারণ করেছেন। আর এই স্মার্ট বাংলাদেশের মধ্য দিয়ে হবে সম্পূর্ণভাবে হোল অফ গভর্নমেন্ট ডিজিটাল ট্রান্সফরমেশন। আর সেই লক্ষ্য নিয়ে আমি বিটিআরসির চেয়ারম্যান। বিটিআরসি আমরা কি করছি? একজন প্রকৌশলী হিসাবে আমি এইটুকু বুঝি, এই সমস্ত সার্ভিস ডিজিটাল বা স্মার্ট সার্ভিস যদি মানুষের কাছে রিচ করাতে হয় প্রত্যেকটি সিটিজেনের কাছে, তাহলে এই ডিজিটাল ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার সারা বাংলাদেশ ব্যাপী বিস্তৃত করতে হবে। এবং সেই ডিজিটাল ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচারটি হবে কোয়ালিটিফুল, সাস্টেইনেবল, যেন একটি আনইন্টারাপ্ট ডিজিটাল সার্ভিস সারা বাংলাদেশের মানুষ যে যে প্রান্তেই থাকুক না কেন, যেটাকে I2 বলে জিরো ডিজিটাল ডিভাইড। I2 গ্লোবাল জিরো ডিজিটাল ডিভাইডের কথা মাথায় রেখে কাজ করছে। আমরা সারা বাংলাদেশে জিরো ডিজিটাল ডিভাইডকে মাথায় রেখে কাজ করছি। আমরা চাচ্ছি সারা বাংলাদেশের প্রত্যেকটি সিটিজেন যেন এই ডিজিটাল সুবিধাটি পায়, এই ডিজিটাল বা স্মার্ট সার্ভিস যেন পায়, আর সেটি গভর্নমেন্টের টোটাল সার্ভিস, সকল ধরনের সার্ভিস যেন এই ডিজিটাল মাধ্যমে হয়। এবং ডিজিটাল মাধ্যমে যে সার্ভিসগুলো যখন মানুষ পাবে তখনই এদেশের ইকোনমিক গ্রোথ হবে, এদেশের সিটিজেন স্মার্ট সিটিজেন হবে, এদেশের সমস্ত কিছুই একটি চেঞ্জ হবে, একটি পরিবর্তন হবে। এবং যে পরিবর্তনটি মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী 2041 সালের মধ্যে প্রত্যাশা করছেন, আমার মনে হয় আমরা সবাই মিলে যদি প্রচেষ্টা করি, আমরা সবাই মিলে যদি ঐক্যবদ্ধভাবে এই জায়গাটিতে দাঁড়িয়ে কাজ করি, তাহলে তার এক্সপেকটেশনকে আমরা পূর্ণ করতে পারবো 2041 সালের আরও আগেই। আগামী 10 বছরের মধ্যে বাংলাদেশের একটি অভূতপূর্ব পরিবর্তন আসবে, যেখানে এই ডিজিটাল সার্ভিসগুলো প্রত্যেকটা মানুষের কাছে দোরগোড়ায় পৌঁছবে এবং গভর্নমেন্ট প্রাইভেট পার্টনারশিপে এদেশের মানুষ সম্পূর্ণভাবে একটি নিরবচ্ছিন্ন, একটি আনইন্টারাপ্ট কোয়ালিটিফুল সার্ভিস পাবে, যেটা যে মডেলেই হোক। হয়তো আমরা 5Gর দিকে যাচ্ছি, হয়তো আমরা 6Gর দিকে যাব, এনি হাউ এদেশের মানুষ স্মার্ট সার্ভিস পাবে, ডিজিটাল সার্ভিস পাবে, এবং সেটির জন্য খুব বেশি দিন অপেক্ষা আমাদের করতে হবে না। সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ। জয় বাংলা, জয় বঙ্গবন্ধু।
Thank you, sir, for such wonderful remarks. Today, we are privileged to have with us Ms. Atsuko Okuda, Regional Director of the International Telecommunication Union for Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific, as our esteemed guest of honor. Ms. Okuda's exemplary leadership and unwavering commitment to advancing digital connectivity and inclusion across the region have been truly transformative. We are honored to have her with us today and eagerly anticipate her invaluable insights.
Thank you. His Excellency, Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Palak, Honorable Minister of State for Posts, Telecommunications and Information Technology, Mr. Masoud bin Momen, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mohammed Shamsul Arifin, Secretary, Information and Communication Technology Division, Mr. Mohammed Mohiuddin Ahmed, Chairman, Bangladesh Telecommunication Regulatory Commission, Mr. Mohammed Mamnoor Rashid Bhuiyan, Chief Executive Officer A2I, Mr. Anil Chaudhry, Policy Advisor A2I Program, ICT Division, and Mr. Russell T. Ahmed, President, Bangladesh Association of Software and Information Services, distinguished experts, participants, good morning to you all. My name is Atsuko Okuda, Regional Director of the ITU, International Telecommunication Union for Asia and the Pacific. It is a great honor to join you in person today for this workshop on GovStack. I extend my deepest appreciation to the Ministry of Posts, Telecommunications and Information Technology and A2I for convening this timely national consultation workshop on GovStack today. The presence of His Excellencies, esteemed experts and stakeholders underscores the importance of multi-stakeholder and multi-sectoral collaboration in shaping Bangladesh's digital transformation through the whole of government approach. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to see the high priority accorded by the government of Bangladesh to digital transformation through the Smart Bangladesh Vision 2041, which aims at bridging the digital divide by innovating and scaling digital solutions for all citizens, leaving no one behind. According to ITU's latest estimates, Bangladesh has made impressive strides in providing ICT infrastructure and access. 100% of its population is covered by a mobile cellular network, and around 98% of its population is covered at least a 4G network. Internet also remains affordable at 1.5% of GNI per capita, and less than 2% of GNI is the Broadband Commission's affordability benchmark. I would also like to congratulate Bangladesh for achieving these results and formulating the forward-looking initiatives to materialize the country's digital vision. As you know, digital government as a concept and initiative is not new. However, we have observed varied level of success in implementing initiatives and achieving socio-economic benefits globally. One of the lessons learned pointed us to the whole of government approach and the need to graduate from a standalone, siloed approach. Such realizations led to the recent traction on DPI, as Mr. Anil Chaudhry mentioned. Against this background, today's workshop will provide global and regional insights and good practices on the whole of government digital transformation and how an initiative such as GovStack offers the very foundation, the building blocks which realize the implementation of the whole of government approach with efficiency, effectiveness, interoperability, and security. As you know, GovStack, founded by ITU, GIZ, UN Dial, and the government of Estonia, offers a standardized approach to digital service development through its building block-based approach. It enables governments to deliver services easier, faster, and more reliably by defining requirements, testing prototypes, and relying on technical specifications designed by leading global experts. With GovStack, we have the opportunity to accelerate digital transformation through the next generation digital government. Ladies and gentlemen, as articulated in the Smart Bangladesh, a smart government is the basis for inclusive and sustainable digital transformation in any society. Here, I would like to share with you how ITU assists the member countries to deliver the benefits of digital transformation and digital government to people, including in remote and rural areas. ITU's Smart Villages and Smart Islands initiative is currently rolled out in about 15 countries in Asia and the Pacific, connecting and empowering unconnected and underconnected communities. The Smart Villages and Smart Islands initiative was recognized by G20 members under the presidency of Indonesia in 2022. We believe that smart villages could go hand in hand with smart governments in this context. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also delighted to note the emphasis on digital innovation in the Smart Bangladesh Vision 2041, as digital transformation should be propelled by the transformative power of digital innovation. In this context, I'm pleased to highlight that the ITU opened the newest Area Office for South Asia and Innovation Center in Delhi in March 2023, which was graced by the Honorable Minister of Bangladesh. The ITU Innovation Center brings together government, industry, academia, and partners in an entrepreneurial environment so that digital technology advancements in sectors such as agriculture, health, and education can reach the communities that need digital innovation most. Since its inception, the office has been engaging with a number and range of stakeholders to work together on joint initiatives, and I invite the government of Bangladesh to collaborate with us through the Innovation Center and accelerate the uptake of digital innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, before concluding, I invite all participants to actively engage in discussions, share insights, and contribute to the future of digital governance landscape in Bangladesh throughout the workshop. Together, let us continue our efforts towards an inclusive and sustainable digital future through the realization of the Smart Bangladesh vision. Once again, I extend my sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Posts, Telecommunications, and IT, A2I, and all the participants for your dedication to this important endeavor, and look forward to our close collaboration and cooperation in coming months and years. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Okuda, for such wonderfully articulated remarks. Now, we'd like to welcome our guest of honor, Ambassador Masood bin Momen, Foreign Secretary and Senior Secretary to the Government of Bangladesh, to deliver remarks.
Good morning, Honorable Minister, Excellencies, our guest from Bangkok, Okuda-san, my dear colleagues from the ministries, and also the officials from the A2I, distinguished guests and participants. At the very outset, I would like to convey my gratitude to the ICT Division, Agency to Innovate, and the ITU for organizing this timely workshop and attaching the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in this process. I'd also like to recall the prominent mentions of the GovStack global initiative by the ITU Secretary General and discussions of the DPI high-level session of the recently concluded WSIS plus 20 high-level forum 2024 in Geneva as one of the key accelerators of future digital transformation of government services. Distinguished guests, over the past decade and a half, we have witnessed profound transformative changes in our society, driven by the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister's government. This marvelous metamorphosis of both the state system and the ambitions of the nations was made possible by focusing on three core areas: agriculture, expatriate remittance, and connectivity. A greater part of the connectivity and the ecosystem support for the other two areas were made possible through the deft application of ICT and ICT-enabled services under the visionary leadership of the Honorable ICT Advisor, Sanjeev Oja Joy. Through a host of digital solutions, we have enabled universal access to public services. We have left no one behind. If we revisit, for example, how the countrywide establishment of union digital centers at the lowest tier of the government structure has revolutionized the public service delivery process, empowering people and bringing changes in the lives of millions, including women. Our Digital Bangladesh initiative has laid a strong foundation for enhancing citizen-centric services, improving governance responsiveness, and promoting transparency. With this solid foundation and stable leadership, we have embarked on the remarkable journey towards Smart Bangladesh by 2041. As we progress towards Smart Bangladesh, our focus will be on integrating advanced technologies, fostering innovation, and creating a more connected, efficient, and sustainable sphere of social contracts capable of harnessing the power of the youth and the semantic memories of the experienced. Distinguished experts and partners, we as a member of state of ITU expect that the GovStack initiative can effectively address several challenges highlighted in the context of digitalization, especially in countries like Bangladesh, and also mentioned in the presentation by Mr. Anir Choudhury. One key challenge is financial constraints, which can hinder the adoption and implementation of advanced digital technologies. By providing affordable digital solutions and promoting the use of reusable components, GovStack can help alleviate the financial burden on countries with limited resources. Additionally, enhancing cloud computing capabilities is crucial to support scalable and efficient digital services. Addressing infrastructure and technical challenges related to cloud adoption will be vital for countries at various stages of digital maturity. Another significant challenge is the varying levels of digital literacy and maturity among government bodies and resistance to digital governance. GovStack can tailor digital solutions to meet the specific needs of different government agencies, providing training and capacity building programs to improve digital literacy and competence. Standardization, data structures, and ensuring interoperability are also essential to create a cohesive digital ecosystem, rolling out education solutions to each and everyone in the citizenry. Even the hard-to-reach ones is a core deliverable. And of course, the other challenge is, as mentioned by Mr. Russell from the BASIS, that the private sector's involvement in the decision-making process and also at the implementation phase. There is no one-size-fits-all solution in the realm of digitalization and innovation. By advocating for the right policies and actions as appropriate to sovereign priorities, the GovStack initiative can facilitate seamless integration and communication between digital systems and eventually encourage innovation, autonomy, franchise, and entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, you will be happy to learn that over the past 3 years, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has concentrated on developing its own digital public infrastructure stack, particularly for consular services, automation, predictive AI, and digital verification, focusing on efficient management of available resources and, most importantly, putting citizens at the core of all initiatives. And as was mentioned by Mr. Anir Choudhury, we are having very intense collaboration so that by October this year, the model that was exhibited can be fully operational. We have a global presence across all IP blocks with literally simultaneous and in-sync transmissions. We have a robust archive in deployment too. And what is more important is that in many of the cases, we have used existing code blocks and customized those for scalable outcomes, replicated and integrated already available applications, leading to frugal management of public resources. We have been augmenting the human skill sets of our existing workforce to cope with frontier technologies, which I believe are very much aligned to the GovStack initiatives. We believe that with the advent of AI and with an impending tech singularity, the future course of human civilization will have more possibilities and nuances than there will be assured pathways. The continuum of digital disruption will be irreversible, posing unforeseeable challenges to deal with in terms of adaptability, affordability, and predictability in matters related to governance and human rights. The global institutions and their approaches to member countries and stakeholders will be very important in addressing these challenges by designing their policies and actions accordingly. We recognize the importance of adopting a whole-of-government approach to ensure integrated and coordinated digital service delivery by leveraging the expertise of ITU and other local and global partners. Distinguished colleagues, You must be aware that the global community is going to negotiate a global digital compact for an open, free, and secure digital future for all during the Summit of the Future 2024 in the UN this September. Ahead of this, I believe this workshop will take stock of our remarkable achievements, reflect insights, and chart directives for future pathways, and produce actionable outcomes for better positioning Bangladesh in the global digital landscape by leveraging on strong and beneficial global collaboration. And I would also like to commend A2I for collaborating with more than 30 countries, mostly developing countries and some LDCs, where our experience are being shared in terms of public service delivery to the masses. And we had a lot of initiatives in New York in this regard, and I stand by on behalf of the Foreign Ministry to further collaborate with A2I in this outreach programs with the South-South and triangular cooperation initiatives. We reiterate our commitment to further the objectives of the GovStack in line with the goal for a better tomorrow. Thank you. Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu.
Thank you, sir, for sharing such holistic views. Now, we would like to invite Mr. Mohammad Shamsul Arifin, Secretary, Information and Communication Technology Division, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, to share his thought as the chair of today's opening session.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency, Chief Guest, Mr. Junaid Ahmed Polok, MP, Honorable State Minister for Post, Telecommunication and ICT. Mr. Masud bin Momen, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Government of Bangladesh. Ms. Atsuko Okuda, Regional Director, Regional Office for Asia and Pacific International Telecommunication Union, ITU. Engineer Mr. Mohiddin Ahmed, Chairman Bangladesh Telecommunication Regulatory Commission. Mr. Russell T. Ahmed, President BASIS. Mr. Anit Chaudhary, Policy Advisor A2I Program. Mr. Mamunur Rashid, Chief Executive Officer of A2I. Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning to you all. Before my speech, I would like to by paying my deepest respect and heartfelt homage to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. In recent years, Bangladesh has witnessed tremendous strides in digital development, particularly within the information and communication technology ICT sector. As of 2023, our nation boasts an impressive internet penetration with over 100 million internet users actively engaging in the digital space. This significant growth is a testament to our relentless efforts in expanding digital infrastructure and services across the country. Our initiatives have not only bridged the digital divide, but have also laid a robust foundation for a smart, inclusive, and digitally empowered Bangladesh. One of our flagship achievements in this journey is the establishment of the Union Digital Centers, UDCs, which have become pivotal in delivering digital services to our rural populace. The UDCs have played a crucial role in promoting digital literacy, enhancing access to e-services, and fostering economic opportunities at the grassroots level. These centers stand as a testament to our commitment to ensuring that the benefits of digital transformation are inclusive and far-reaching. Today's workshop, organized by Aspire to Innovate A2I, in collaboration with the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, marks a significant milestone in our ongoing digital transformation journey. Over the next 2 days, we aim to achieve several key objectives. Firstly, we will delve into the current digital government landscape in Bangladesh, gaining valuable insights from A2I's extensive experience and understanding the challenges we face. Secondly, we will review the collaborative efforts between A2I and GovStack over the past 6 months, celebrating our achievements and learning from our experiences. Lastly, we'll engage in strategic discussions to identify priorities and formulate action plans for the next phase of our partnership. Aligning our efforts with Bangladesh national digital transformation goals and the strategic objectives of both A2I and ITU. Looking forward, the ICT division, in close collaboration with ITU, is committed to continuing our efforts towards realizing the vision of a smart Bangladesh by fostering strong partnerships with the private sector. We aim to harness cutting-edge technologies and innovative solutions to enhance the efficiency, transparency, and accessibility of public services. Our journey towards digital transformation is not just about technological achievement. It is about creating a more equitable and prosperous society for all citizens. In conclusion, this workshop is a pivotal opportunity for us to consolidate our efforts, share knowledge, and chart a strategic roadmap for the future. Together with the expertise and support of ITU and the unwavering commitment of A2I, we will continue to drive Bangladesh's digital government initiatives forward, ensuring that every citizen reaps the benefits of our digital progress. Thank you to you all. Joy Bangla. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. Now we will enjoy Smart Bangladesh I Am the Solution theme song.
Smart Bangladesh,
It is an immense honor to welcome the chief guest of today's opening session, Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Polok MP, Honorable State Minister, Ministry of Post, Telecommunications and Information Technology of the Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh. Under his visionary leadership, Bangladesh has made remarkable strides in digital transformation, positioning itself as a growing technology hub. Respected dignitaries and distinguished guests, please join us in extending a warm welcome to the Honorable State Minister, Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Polok MP, for delivering his chief guest remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shorna and Ishtiaq, for your excellent moderation. First of all, I would like to give my heartiest thanks to my friend, Atsuku, Regional Director of ITU, my long-time friend and good friend of Bangladesh, respected Senior Secretary, my brother, Masud bin Momen, of Secretary for Foreign Affairs, today's chair, respected, very capable, smart Secretary, Mr. Arifin, Shamsul Arifin, who has been developing many songs by using AI tools and sending me most of the time. We have very capable chairman of BTRC, my brother, engineer Muhyuddin Ahmed, and our smart CEO. So from today, I don't want to mention him anymore as project director of A2I. So we are actually trying to transform our legacy bureaucracy into Lego smart bureaucracy. So I would call him our very smart CEO elaboration ki jano? Chief Executive Officer of Agency to Innovate. Let me introduce Mr. Mamun Rashid. It's a new dimension. And one of our leaders for building digital Bangladesh, who has been working tirelessly for last 17 years under the guidance of our architect of digital Bangladesh, Mr. Sajib Wazir Joy, my brother, our Nandan Nilkani of Bangladesh, I would say, policy advisor of A2I project, and one of our leaders in building digital Bangladesh, Mr. Anil Chaudhary. And every day, every time I learn from him so many things, and I can see many business leaders, especially president of Bangladesh Association of Software Information and Services. And after taking oath as State Minister for ICT back in 2014, Honorable ICT Advisor Joy Bhai told me to go visit BASIS office and meet with the software industry leaders to learn what to do and to develop the plan. So you can understand that how we started developing Digital Bangladesh journey in partnership with BASIS. So we consider as a family of ICT division, we are the family members of ICT society. So we are really privileged and glad to have Mr. Russell T. Ahmed, President BASIS, and we have past President Almas Kobir, and different stakeholders, friends from media. Good morning, and assalamu alaikum, adab to you all. I don't want to give you a long speech because you have already received fantastic presentation by Anil Chaudhary, who actually explained and presented the achievements of Digital Bangladesh over the 15 years of time under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, under the proper guidance of Honorable ICT Advisor Mr. Sajib Wazir Joy. We have achieved a lot, but we have a long journey to go. We have to achieve Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's Vision 2041, which is Smart Bangladesh, based on another 4 pillars. And going forward, for achieving all those targets set by Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, like we want to be $1 trillion economy by 2040, We would like to see Bangladesh as technology-based, knowledge-based, innovative, inclusive, smart Bangladesh by 41, when our per capita income is going to be 12,500, when Bangladesh will have at least 50 unicorns and $50 billion ICT industry. For achieving all those things, we need to have partnerships with different partners, stakeholders like government, academia, industry, non-government organizations, international non-government organizations, and also with media. So that is the core strategy what Honorable ICT Advisor has been encouraging us very strongly. So I just want to share, back in 1974, 25th of September, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, when he delivered his first speech at United Nations General Assembly, he said, I quote, "We can look forward to a world where human creativity and the great achievements of our age in science and technology will be able to shape a better future free from the threat of nuclear war and based upon a sharing of technology and resources on a global scale, so that people everywhere can begin to enjoy the minimum conditions of a decent life." Unquote. With his ideals, the Digital Bangladesh initiative was generated by his daughter, Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And now we are moving forward and taking steps towards becoming a happy, prosperous, smart Bangladesh by 2041, where Bangladesh will be a high-income, knowledge-based country. The Honorable ICT Advisor to the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Sajib Wazir Joy, the architect of Digital Bangladesh, said, and I quote, "Find your own innovations, find your niches, don't imitate, innovate." So in our journey for achieving Digital Bangladesh, this innovative encouragement drives us to create more innovative solutions. And today's program, in partnership with ITU and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we are trying to introduce so many new innovative solutions for the citizens of Bangladesh. I would like to mention and share few solutions and examples what we have already introduced in partnership with private sectors, like Union Digital Center, where our local government division, they gave us the physical civil infrastructure, which is Union Parishad building, and A2I introduced a very unique model to select 2 digital entrepreneurs. And Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina told us and decided to select at least 1 women entrepreneur in each and every digital service delivery centers. These 3 approaches created more than 18,000 entrepreneurs job opportunity, and also created women entrepreneurs to explore themselves and to be self-employed, successful women entrepreneurs. Let me share another story for developing national portal. Back in 2014, 23rd of June, 10 years back, Honorable Prime Minister's Honorable ICT Advisor, Sajib Wazir Joy, inaugurated our national portal with 24,000 websites. Now it has risen to 52,000 websites in partnership with BASIS members. The idea was to give the opportunity to the private entrepreneurs to develop the websites and deliver to the government agencies. And now we are operating in this public-private partnership. When we talk about this verification and authentication services in partnership with Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and so many other government agencies are involved, where porichoy.gov.bd, the verification gateway comes. That idea also came from Honorable ICT Advisor, because we had 120 million smart verifiable IDs, but without any use cases. Then Honorable ICT Advisor gave us an idea to have partnership with private sector and give the opportunity to e-commerce agencies, business opportunities for different public and private entities. And you'd be happy to know that that actually helped us a lot for developing and introducing our vaccine management and registration system, which is our homegrown solution, Porichoy, developed by Department of ICT. This way, one after another, step by step, we created, developed so many digital public infrastructures, and one by one, we tried to connect to each other. So our ultimate target is now to create cashless society, to create paperless, interconnected, interoperable government services. So these are the core targets under Smart Bangladesh Vision. 333 National Help Desk. We are providing services to dozens of ministries and to 170 million people. 999, we developed the technology, the National Emergency Call Center for Police, Ambulance and Fire Service, and handed over to Ministry of Home Affairs. So the same strategy now we are taking for GovStack program. We want to develop this system in partnership with ITU and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we will be handing over the system to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I hope by October it would be ready for use. So that's all from my side. I hope that we will be achieving so many fantastic, unique solutions in near future, because we have a target in 3 phases. Under Smart Bangladesh Task Force, Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina guided us and created 15 subcommittees. So under Post Telecom and ICT Ministry, we are leading 2 of these subcommittees, which are really very critical for achieving the final goals under Smart Bangladesh Vision. And we are really confident and hopeful that in partnership with private sector, academia, and NGO and INGO, we will be achieving all of our targets. The main motto is, in conclusion, I would like to mention 2 quotations. Recently, I have learned that Winston Churchill said once, "Perfection is the evil of progress." Sorry. Once Winston Churchill said, "Perfection is the enemy of progress." We believe in the motto of learning by doing. So let's start working, and we will be following learning by doing. If we don't do nothing with the fear of having problems, troubles, then we cannot progress. And the last quotation I would like to mention in conclusion, Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said, if you want to go fast and far, innovate together. Let's work together, innovate together to make the world a better and safer place for our next generations. Thank you all. Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your inspirational views. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the very last phase of the opening ceremony. At this stage, we will be handing over our token of appreciation to the honorable guest. We would like to request Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Pollock, MP, Honorable State Minister, to hand over the token of appreciation to Ms. Atsuko Okuda. We would like to request Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Pollock, MP, Honorable State Minister, to hand over the token of appreciation to Ms. Atsuko Okuda. Now, we would like to request Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Pollock, MP, Honorable State Minister, to hand over the token of appreciation to Ambassador Masood bin Momen. At this point, we would like to request Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Pollock, MP, Honorable State Minister, to hand over the crest to Mr. Russell T. Ahmed. Now we would like to invite Mr. Mohammad Shamsul Arifin, Secretary ICT Division, to hand over the crest to Engineer Mohammad Mohyuddin Ahmed.
We would like to welcome Mr. Anir Chaudhuri, Policy Advisor, A2I Program, to hand over the token of appreciation to Mr. Mohammad Shamsul Arifin. Now, we would like to request Mr. Mohammad Mamunur Rashid Bhuiya, Chief Executive Officer, Agency to Innovate, to hand over the crest to our Chief Guest, Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Pollock, MP, Honorable State Minister. Now, we'd request the guests on stage to